went by too fast. If we'd only known then, could we have made it last? I'll be watching over you. I'll be watching. Life drifted away on a midsummer's dream. So you feel so alone. Things are not as they seem. Now there's sight from new eyes and vision so clear. I'm right here around you to embrace every tear. I'll be watching over you. I'll be watching. I'll be watching over you.
And as we fade slowly into the west, I guess. Is that where you fade into the west?
As the sun sets in the west.
So then you got to fade into the west, right? I mean, you could fade into the
Where
east,
are
but I
those
think
children's
that
names?
it might hurt. You know, I have to.
Now,
I got to find the shot.
well, Mark Visconti said
he's upset. No, I can tell. I
can
tell he's upset.
He is upset.
And that's, you know, listen, he's got every right to be upset.
Yeah, well,
Or does he?
he does. And I think I have the seating chart.
Oh, okay. Well, so then we can fix that. We can fix about anything.
That's right.
So,
Happy Thursday.
yeah, happy Thursday. Happy Throwback Thursday. This is going to be an interesting show. My good friend, Kazim Sultan, our friend, Kazim Sultan, is playing where else but the Suffolk Theater tomorrow night.
Yeah.
With Kazim Sultan's Utopia. So if you're a Todd fan or a Kazim fan or a Utopia fan.
Well, tonight they're playing in
Pennsylvania?
Yes. Pikes.
Where?
Pikes
Peak?
Is there Pikes Peak, Pennsylvania?
I hope so. I don't know.
Hey, Brenda, you in the house? What's the name of that place in Pennsylvania that sounds
Why
like?
don't you just look at Kazim's page?
Duh.
We're knocking him out of the park here today, kid.
Actually, I read it on Matt Beck's page because he's playing guitar for him.
Oh, and yeah, man. Matt's been on the show. Have I had the whole music business on the show? Almost. Matt's an old friend. I did a session for him, I don't know, 8-10 months ago, you know, an online thing. He's a phenomenal musician. Great guitar player. And I always know it's Matt, even if I can't see his face, because he's a lefty. And Hendrix was a lefty. So that just simply means that the guitar sticks the wrong way. But I remember we were watching, what were we watching? Gossip Girl?
Yeah.
And Matt was playing in the band. Because I look at the lefty every time, no matter who it is, drummer, bass player. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell a left-handed piano player, though. That's tough.
Especially if it's Britney.
Oh, God. You guys heard that story last night, right?
I mean, you got to feel bad for her. It was the night before.
Wow.
With Booker.
Wow. I'm floating around in here. Look, I'm weightless. Check this out. How cool is this? Yeah.
Oh, Todd just played Daryl's place. We saw that. We did see that.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. With Chasm.
Yeah. I mean, it's one big happy family. And, man, I was watching it back, you know, because I have to edit it down a little bit so that we can end on time so you guys can watch PBS and all the things that you need to do at 8:00. Mm-hmm. But Kaz is such a great guy. And I think the last time we saw him in person, you know, was when he was playing with Blue Oyster Cult. So before this Zoom call, I don't know that I had seen Chasm in 10 years. And to be honest with you, he looked, I don't know if it's happier or better or what it is, but he looked great on the show. I mean, Chasm was always a great looking guy, and he always classy guy. And, you know, it's just very cool because I've known Chasm since the bad old days. And then when you see one of your friends or one of your, you know, fellow musicians step up with Todd, that's pretty cool. And I had a couple friends in that band. Roger Powell, I did a record with Roger up at Todd's studio. And it's a nice little family. So tonight, Kazim Sultan from August 25th of last year.
It feels like it was just a few months ago. Doesn't it?
No. No, it seems like we've been out here orbiting for years.
Oh, it's Ardmore, Pennsylvania, where he's playing tonight.
Ardmore.
Nothing like Pikes Peak.
No, and I think Pikes Peak is like in Colorado or something.
That would make sense.
You might want to look up Pikes Peak.
Not now. I just looked up where Chasm was playing.
Well.
Oh, the Ardmore Music Hall.
Okay, that's good. So if
Ardmore,
he's probably
Pennsylvania.
on stage or close. But tomorrow night, going to be at the Suffolk Theater in Riverhead. So if you're a Chasm fan, a Utopia fan, you want to head out there and show some support.
And Sue says PBS was great. Nature shows last night. Ha ha.
I'm not. Hey, listen. Are you kidding me?
We love PBS.
With the shit that we watch, you think I'm busting your chops? Not even close.
We love it. We love it.
No, you know what?
I recorded the ABBA show that was on PBS and watched it again. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I do remember. Painfully.
Okay, Louis, we better.
You also wanted to watch the Eurovision over again.
I love that show, that movie. If you haven't seen Eurovision,
If you haven't seen Eurovision,
with Will, what's his name?
what? With Will?
What's his name? Yeah, the comedian.
It's not Will, is it? Now you messed me up. I'm all off with from Elf.
Yes.
Will? Is it Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. Eurovision with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams.
Oh man, yeah,
it is funny.
It's funny.
And that's how ABBA got their start, was on Eurovision.
If you can believe that. Eurovision, the International Song Contest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's based on, something for real.
Oh, Brenda's not in the house tonight. She's said she'll see us tomorrow. She's at the AC/DC tribute band show, Back in Black, at Mohegan Sun, Pocono.
Oh, excellent.
All right, have fun.
That's where she is now?
Right now.
Is she writing to us that?
She wrote us that when I was asking her about Pikes Peak 5 minutes ago.
There you go. Well, if you're still listening, enjoy the show.
Kitty's having trouble getting in. Oh, she's in. Hi, everyone. Could not get on Facebook with my phone.
We've been waiting for you.
Facebook's been acting weird.
Facebook is weird. One of the things, all of the shows that we've ever done are stored on Facebook. And that's got to be close to 300 shows by now, if not more. And I wanted to pull Chasm's show down because he's playing tomorrow night and he's out on tour. And I thought, you support your brothers and all that stuff.
And he's playing tonight.
Yeah, well, he's playing tonight in Pennsylvania.
Pikes Peak.
But Pikes Peak, Pennsylvania. So I went to, Facebook where I store all the videos and I tried to pull it down. And it's like you have to know magic spells on this freaking new metaverse or whatever it is. And I couldn't figure out how to do this. And I'm pretty tech savvy. I can wind my way around to the back door and get into just about anything. What a pain in the ass. But I did it. And here it is. You ready, kid?
I'm ready.
She's ready.
I'm ready. Let's
ready?
go.
All right, where is it? Here it is.
Chasm.
Chasm Sultan.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Excellent.
How are you?
Hi, Steve. How are you? It's good to see you.
Good, man. It's been a minute. You look great. How are you, man? Where are you?
I am home in my kitchen on Staten Island in New York. It looks like you're in outer space there.
Well, you know me a long time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to be on a neutral ground. When I first started doing this, I'm thinking, do I want a gold record in the background? Do I want drums? Do I want
this? That's so predictable.
Exactly. And, but this is just more fun for me, and it is my natural environment. So, there you go.
I completely agree.
Staten Island. I mean,
yeah.
That's amazing. What was the club out there? We used to play a club on Staten Island. It was a pretty big place. Was it Snoopy's or Popeyes?
Yeah. There was a place called Snoopy's. It was on the South Shore, and I think it was like run by those kind of guys.
Course.
Yeah. But there have been over the years a lot of those kind of places in and around Staten Island. Starting back in the late '60s, where there was this theater on the North Shore called the Ritz Theater, and I saw Jeff Beck there. the James Gang, yes. Oh God, I mean, just a ton of Cactus. So everybody would come to Staten Island before they went into Manhattan to play either the Madison Square Garden, the Palladium, or whatever, Academy of Music, and then everybody got hip to what a weird place Staten Island was, and they just kind of passed it by.
It was a great place. It's still a great place. I mean, isn't it like pretty popular these days? People,
they call Staten Island the Forgotten Borough. So for the longest time, we had the world's largest garbage dump. That was what we were known for. You could see it from outer space.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
See it from
well, then it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Wait, I forgot something. I forgot. Okay,
there you go. They're very important.
You raise your drummer when you need.
Now, who is this other voice? I'm hearing another voice.
That's my wife, Laurie. And actually, you guys met. Well, you probably glanced off each other, but when you were playing with Buck, the last time we saw each other,
in Cape Coral,
in Cape Coral in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hi, Laurie.
Hi.
So that's my producer of all things, No Children. We produce No Children.
And I love that song that he just played of your solo project. That's a really, really great song.
Well, that's the Utopia. So that was from the Utopia. That was my version of Utopia that I took out on the road past few years.
Well, it was very cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So so that was that was your Utopia?
Yeah, I mean, that's how that whole thing started. I was in Utopia for 10 years, and then we did a short little stint in the early 90s. We did just a few dates in Japan. But the fans would always come up to me and say, is there any chance of you guys getting back together again? Is it possible? Do you think you'd make another record or do a show? And my answer was always the same. Well, you never know. And I just got tired of hearing that, and so I put a bunch of shows together and started to go out by myself. As Kasim Sultan's Utopia.
And and it's interesting because you spend so many years in a situation, and for whatever reason, you don't want to lose the momentum that you had there. You don't want to lose, you want to somehow, there's some of your DNA, everybody's DNA on there. You want to, you want that to flourish, and that's cool.
It's kind of your legacy. It's like, it's what people remember you for. It's how they were first introduced to you. And it played such a huge role in my career that I didn't feel, Todd, working with Todd, Todd's the kind of artist that does not like to go back and revisit stuff that he did in the past. He's always about moving forward. And I appreciate and respect that. But I like to have the little bit of a touchstone of the past. It's important.
That's really funny that you should say that, because that I did that year 2001 with Todd and Ann Wilson, and
was that a Walk Down Abbey Road?
Walk Down Abbey Road, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is talk about a little kid moment. We're in rehearsals, and Todd's I don't know if John was here yet or not, but anyway, Todd said we have to do oh God, come on, Steve, brain fart. We have to do Hello, It's Me, and Bang on the Drum.
Yeah.
He said, does anybody else have a favorite? And I said, Open My Eyes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And we did it every night.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting because that's kind of my prerequisite with playing with the old guys from Rat Race. If we're going to do something, we need to do something new. We need to go forward. We're not and so I get that, but I also had to share with you the Open My Eyes, because talk about going back, man.
Yeah. Well, right. Well, I have to tell you that was a very, very good pick, because he likes that song. So as opposed to if you had said, can we still be friends, or or It Wouldn't Have Made Any Difference, or any one of a number of songs that he might have been a little bit more tired of performing. And so Open My Eyes, he likes doing that tune.
It was I love doing it. I mean, that takes me back to being, a teenager driving in my car with an 8-track player. And that was the first song on track 1 of the 8-track. And I had to wait till you got through the other 2 songs to get back to that song you remember.
Yeah.
And we used to just drive around doing the things that we did when we were driving around. And that's, that song's in my DNA. So to just holler it out. I mean, you know how shy I am. Just to holler it out at rehearsal, and bang, okay, and man, it made my night. It was fun.
That was a fun. We still play that song every so often, and it's a fun song to play.
Yeah, he was fun to on the road. I had a great time with Tom.
He's great to work with. He's a real, very, very intense and brilliant singer-songwriter, producer. In my opinion, one of the top songwriters of the second half of the 20th century. Along with I don't want to compare him to anybody else. He's just a brilliant songwriter.
Yes, and rightfully so. Not not to be compared to anybody. He's TR. Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay, one of the viewers has a question for Chasm.
Oh, a question? Yeah.
Yes, can you ask Steve to ask Chasm about the band from New Haven he was in for a short time in the early 80s, Eyes?
Do you know what the...
do you know that band, Steve?
I know that you were in it. I don't know anything.
Okay, so the thing, what happened was, Utopia had kind of was at its end. We weren't really selling a whole lot of records. We weren't selling a whole lot of concert tickets, and it was time to just take a bit of a pause, if you will. And I was left in my house. Actually, I live just around the corner from where I live right now.
That's amazing. That's how New York is that. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you never seem to go outside of that 1 mile square area. And I was completely at a loss. What am I going to do? I've been in this band for 10 years, and it was my whole life. It was it was everything to me. I sat on my couch and watched General Hospital for 6 months.
Oh, which part? Which?
Luke and Laura.
Yes.
Luke and Laura. The before the wedding, after the wedding?
During.
There you go. Okay. We were with you.
Okay. So that got tired after a little while, and I had to I had to pull myself out of my depression and do something. I don't know how it. You know what it was? I'll tell you. It was John Dubuque, who I had met and became friendly with over the years, and he was kind of tangentially involved in this band out of Connecticut called Eyes, and they were looking for a bass player, and I was not doing anything. I wound up in that band for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 8 months, something like that. Jimmy Christensen was the lead singer. Really good guitar player, real sweetheart of a drummer. Interesting band, and it was what I needed at the time. I enjoyed the time that I spent in that band.
Hey, you know what? That's, first of all, I can't imagine. Well, I can't. I certainly understand coming off of. I mean, when it ends, it's not fun, and the longer
it's weird.
It's for me, I was playing every night. In Rat Race, we played 6 nights a week, 52 weeks a year. It was insane, and then it's not. It didn't come to a screeching halt, but when you've realized, holy shit, that's over. That's gone. The drinking age, everything else, blah, 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 and that the rhythm of being out there is just gone. So I hear you. I mean, I would play with Mayo when he wasn't out with Peter. I would play, I would play. There's a bunch of guys. You have to be in a band.
It's
So,
his birthday today, by the way.
Whose? Bobby's?
Yeah.
Bobby, it's Bobby's birthday today.
How
Yeah.
weird is that?
Yeah.
That's wild that you mentioned him. It's funny. Bobby was, and I always say this between Bobby and T-Bone, but Bobby was one of the most brilliant musicians that I have ever worked with. Bobby Mayo.
Yeah.
And
So, yeah, man. I mean, I loved Mayo. I mean, he was in our band in '73 for that year before he went off
In Rat Race.
in Rat Race before Mark Hitt joined, and then he went obviously on to. He was actually already recording with Frampton. I think they had done Frampton's Camel or something. But man, what a pleasure! And he played with us as guitar player. He didn't even play.
He's an amazing guitar player.
Hello.
Yeah.
He was great. And man, we used to it was I miss him. I miss playing with him.
I miss him too.
Yeah. But now listen, we'll see him soon enough.
Yeah.
Well, just give us another minute, Bob.
Yeah.
Man,
well,
so
we have people screaming all sorts of things over here.
oh no, this is not about screaming.
House of Lords.
House of Lords.
Well, that's Jimmy Christian's band. After Eyes, he joined, and they had some success actually. House of Lords. I think they were nominally successful, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. It's not a test.
It's just the viewers are writing these things down, and I thought they might. I'll tell you something funny, man. First of all, it's just to come right back to the root of the whole thing. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
And you look great, and I'm happy because you're going out with TR, right, in October.
In October we go out. Yeah, we'll be out for probably about 6 weeks. Hopefully, and I'm sure it looks like it's going to happen. So, but we're doing an interesting tour of it's called The Wizard of True Star, The Individualist. So half the show is one night. We're doing multiple nights in each city, and one night will be side A of a Wizard of True Star. The next night is side B of a Wizard of True Star, and then the second half of the show is a collection of songs called The Individualist. So,
yeah, that was being out with Todd for in 2001 was an amazing thing. He turned me on to Reason, Reason, the software, and we were doing something on there. It was just fun to even be, to be hanging and making music with him. It was fun. Plus the fact that he wasn't obligated to be Todd. You know what I mean? Yeah. We did 3 of his songs, and then the rest of the night was Beatles. Who doesn't have
Beatle music? So that was you, Ann Wilson, Todd. Who was on guitar? Was that Nils?
No. It was, oh God, come on, Alan Parsons, Godfrey Townsend, John Ellison was playing bass.
Yes, yeah. I think John and Todd got along famously.
Man, you know what? I thought about playing. I have a piece of footage that I've labeled, and I was going to do it, and I said, nah, nobody wants to go there. It's called Hello. The piece of footage is Hello, It's Todd. And we're doing Hello, It's Me, and he puts the guitar down, puts Fool Me Away, and picks up the 58 with a good long mic. I didn't even know, it might have been wireless, and he's just going over to sing to John. And John wants nothing to do with it. John turns around and looks at his amp, and Todd goes over and looks at the amp. And John, I was so hysterical. And the fact that I have it, and I said, I just didn't want to burn the Todd card, but it's funny, man.
And what you did to him with the hay.
Oh, yes. Man, I got away with this for that whole tour. If you remember anything, we did You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, right?
Okay.
Hey, you've got to hide.
Oh, don't tell me
Oh, wait. You're going to love this. And because I can prove it. I have pictures. It's awesome. And so Todd said, I'll do it by myself. And he picked up, a jumbo, and he started doing, hey, here I stand, hey, whatever. And he's doing the song, right? And I, like in the first or second day of the tour, I find this big piece of like plasterboard or something. It wasn't really plasterboard, but for lack of a better word. And it was stiff and white and you can write on it. And I said, man, does anybody have a magic marker? And one of the techs got it for me and I wrote, hey, on the one side of it, right? And on the other side, I wrote applause. And every night before he was going to do it, I'd stand up from behind the drums, and the whole place went nuts, right? Hey, and Todd's like, yeah.
I think he never saw that it was you behind him.
The last night,
That's
I let him
brilliant.
see it. Oh, it was hysterical. And then to flip the thing around and have it say applause, and the place went nuts.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's really
fun.
cool.
It was fun. And I'll share, believe me, I have some, it's fun stuff. I'll share the videos with you. It was good. That was a good year. It was also the last tour that we did, John and I did together.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, nobody stays around forever, so.
No, we'll be happy. Believe me, he's just breaking in Charlie Watts, so we got a little time.
Yeah. Okay, good. I got stuff to do.
It's
not up to me.
Listen, we'll be fine. So was the soap factory in Staten Island?
There was a Procter and Gamble. I think Ivory soap was made here. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm talking about the club.
Oh, I think Ivory soap was actually made here too.
Maybe
that would make sense.
There was a Procter and Gamble factory out on the southern tip of Staten Island. So there you go. The soap factory. No, the factory, not soap
The
factory.
factory, yes.
See, you threw me off, Steve. You threw me off with the soap thing. So it was called the factory.
The factory, yes.
Yeah, not the soap factory.
Well,
you know what? Listen, I'm like,
I know.
that's why I'm out here. I'm not coming back until it's safe. So, I have. We can take a little break. And did Angus send you the questions?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So that's at the end. That's the end.
Okay, that's the end.
But did he tell you about the peas? Past the peas?
Yes, he did. Yeah, Kathy Wagner just told me about that.
How cool is she, man?
Kathy's great. She is great.
Yeah, we just chatted the other day, and man,
I've been working with Kathy for 20 years now.
wow.
Oh, that's what I want to hear, man.
Yeah. So, and she's good. She's good people. She's one of those people that when we start, and I'm sure you're the same way. When you find somebody that you work well with, you tend to stick with them. So.
Yes, and especially for me, listen, you and I both have had more than our run-ins with CAA, APA, whatever initials, I want to know that the person who's signing the paper is the person who's answering my call. I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying. It's like, I don't want to have to crawl through a bunch of assistants to find out that we're not playing tonight.
Right. Yeah.
So, but it's great. Yeah, no, she's great, man. She's great. And so do you know the guys in Double Vision?
No, I do not.
Oh, man. Let me tell you what. And somebody's going to think I have stock in this band.
She's their agent.
Yeah, because you're
Kathy's
mutual agents.
Yeah.
Mutual whatever booking agent. But their band has guys in their 50s and a teenager and every age in between. Mm-hmm. It's a Foreigner cover band. Happy birthday, Kaylee.
Important message. Happy birthday, Kaylee.
Cover band. It's a tribute band.
Band.
And I'll tell you what, you think you're hearing Foreigner from back in the day.
Uh-huh.
It's
things
they're
like
awesome.
Lou?
What's that?
Things just like Lou? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
they're all so
tempted.
nice.
I'm tempted to play the promo, but I don't
No,
want to. You
no.
know, I might get something on my nose. Um,
We've had every one of them, their band
yeah, we've
members
had
here,
everybody
for
except the keyboard player on the show.
Uh-huh.
But just the thing that I find enchanting about it, and I know you'll relate to this, is they have a tour bus. You know, it's actually like a, you know, like one of those. Okay, it's time to go back to the home buses with
Yeah.
the doors. You know. But they converted it into a tour bus and they go everywhere together. And, you know, they're singing pirate songs or whatever they do. And the vibe, they check in. We do this thing on Fridays called Matinee Madness, like the End Whistle Band again, called Free for All Fridays. And anybody that's been on the show can just stick their head in and say hello. And you never know who's going to be in there. And these guys have been coming in every Friday. They're driving down the road or from sound check.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's amazing. And they all get along. And yeah, and Kathy's their agent. That's how I got turned on to her. So yeah.
That's great. Good. That's really cool.
So I have another video of yours. Let me get my facts straight
Okay, and
here.
I'll tell you, you know Lenny Kottke from the Good Rats, the bass player?
Oh no. This is not supposed to happen. Stop that right now. Stop. No. Oh, come on. Jesus. Sorry, Kaz. What about Lenny Kottke?
I was asking him if you knew Lenny and Gabby.
No, I do not.
Oh, well, you're their favorite bass player ever. And he
Oh,
was
well, tell Lenny I said hi, please.
He was the bass player in the Good Rats.
Right.
I'm sure we've met. I am sure that we have met over the years.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be any fun. You wouldn't have had any fun and remembered it, right?
Exactly. Thank you very much. Where's the drum?
Nope, I'm wearing it out. Oh, here, I got it. Never let it be said. Come on. I don't know. No,
it's too late now.
He's out back smoking a joint.
He comes in almost every Friday.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So funny.
Anyway, Fridays are just a freaking blast. It's all kinds of guys from the neighborhood, from all over the place, from Brooklyn, Staten Island, Long Island, New Jersey, and it's fun. So you should, you know, if you can.
Oh, I'd love to stop in. I'll
it's fun.
pop in. Yeah.
And what happens is we wind up telling stories about whatever, not the soap factory, but you know.
Yeah.
And the 2 degrees of, not even 2 degrees of separation are amazing. And you know, I wanted to do this show based on that, you know, that family that we have, you know.
Yeah, it's, you know, and it's a very, very a small world too. You know, there's like everybody knows everyone else, and we've all been in bands together and you know, been on tours together, and it says something that, you know, after all these years, we're still friends and we're still doing what we love to do. So, you know. I mean, not without a few bumps and bruises along the way, but yeah, of course, yeah,
I
that's to
couldn't
be expected.
I couldn't be more proud of what we do, or the fact that we're lifers and we've been doing it for all, you know, since the earliest days.
Yeah.
You know, that we're blessed enough to still be able to do it and still have a vehicle to do it. Amazing.
Yeah.
So
amazing. Yeah. I agree.
So yeah, man. So tell me about this next video is I remember the hook. I was just listening to it. Oh, come on, love. It's
more love.
More love. There you go. Yeah.
So I have a new record, and this is the first single from that record. It's coming out on September 17th. I have a live stream coming up on September 9th to introduce some other songs on the record. I'm going to do some live performing, and then I have 3 shows in September behind the release of the record. This first song is the first single from the record. It just came out a few days ago, and I am, you know, I'm very, very happy, very proud of this record. I think it's some of my best work to date. The record's produced by my friend and co-writer, a guy by the name of Phil Thornalley. He's over in London. He's produced everybody from BB Mac to Lulu to Natalie Imbruglia. And he has his own solo work as well. And he and I work together extremely well. And we just sat down and started writing about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And now we have this record that's out or that's coming out. And I just think it's a great record and deserves to be heard.
Well, this song is great. I mean, the minute when you can remember the hook at the end of the song, you know, in my head, it gets a little challenging.
Yeah.
But it was really good, man. I mean, I enjoy it, and I can, you know, I hope that you get the visibility that you need out there.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I know.
It's not easy. You know, it's not easy these days. But what else are you going to do? You know, it's this is what we do.
What I'm going to do is offer to carry any streams that you're doing or any of that kind of stuff, because it's really about sharing it. You know, I have some friends that, you know, do different things in different places, and it's all, especially for an event like that, you want as much support as you can get. So, you know, I want to get in there, and I'll have dialogue with Kathy, and we'll, you know, we'll make sure that, you know, we do whatever we can. And so
that would be wonderful.
Are there gigs for that? The September 9th is, what is that?
Well, the September 9th is the live stream. And that will be announced over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, but that's to celebrate what, my 39th wedding anniversary?
That is our anniversary.
That's your anniversary, September 9th. Congratulations. That's
September 9th.
That's a real that's an accomplishment, my friend.
You know me a long time, pal.
That is an accomplishment. So then I have my first show is September 12th. I am in a place called the Uptown in just outside of Westchester, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. And then on the 14th, I'm up at Daryl's house in Pawling, New York, September 14th. And then September 17th, I am in Irwin, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of Pittsburgh at the Lamp Theater. Yeah, the Lamp Theater.
We'll post all the dates.
Yeah, it's all on my Facebook page too. You know, all that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, it's on your Facebook page?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll cut and paste, or we'll because it's about that, man. So we'll talk about the P's for a second. Then I'll play your track, and we'll come back for the big questionnaire.
Okay.
Huge.
You got it.
The P's, do you have I mean, if he told you, I send tracks around, and, you know, I'd love to send you a track, and you can send it to anybody you want, and they can send it to, you know, and it's really like telephone, and I won't hear it again.
I love that.
Yeah. So count on it. You'll get some drums, and it'll be from me.
Okay.
And you know your part.
Is it just a drum track, or is it? Is there?
Yeah, it's just me playing. You know, you probably it's just it's the as close as I could get. One of the things that I miss so much about playing live is just going off the rails. You know, just the jamming thing. And in Rat Race, we had such, you know, Mark and Dave and Larry. We played together for so long, we could just follow each other anywhere. And thankfully, when I started playing with Entwistle, he was into that. I mean, you know, who jams more than the Who back in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
So, and I started to miss it. And I thought the only way that I can even get something like this started would be to just play in my head what I would be playing. If you walked in and I said, hey, want to jam?
Right. I got you.
So it's as close as I can get to it. You listen to it once or twice, you'll know what's the A section, the B's, it's whatever it is. And if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it goes somewhere else, then that's where it goes.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun. I love to do that.
It's fun, and you can expect it. Yeah, you'll get it in your inbox. I'll get all the details, and you'll have it in very short order.
Okay.
All right.
So now more love.
Yeah, more love. And you're right.
Yes.
It is what the world needs, man.
Yeah.
It really is. You see, now my mind is clearing up a little bit, and I'm remembering.
And that's the first I just got these that I have to sign. So that's my new record. There.
Wow.
Let me
And
see if
where
I
can that be bought? On your web?
Yeah, on the
Facebook?
website.
Well, if this is not out until September 17th, but you will be able to purchase it on Amazon, Amazon, and I think all the streaming services will carry it, iTunes and stuff like that. And I did this one thing where
Wow.
I had there's a song on here that has a line in it that I thought all my fans would like to sing. So I solicited everybody to sing a background, sort of like what you do. On the they submitted a background vocal for the record, and I put their name. Wait, let me see if we can. So I put their name on the underneath the where the CD is. So everybody who sang a background vocal part on my record is on there.
I love that, man. I mean, that's
it's all about inclusivity, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story about inclusivity and not making enough money on your guarantees. I'm touring with John, and we have a tour booked for however long, whatever year it was, it doesn't really matter. And the guarantees were maybe going to make us break even, but we really weren't going to make any money. And it's not that it's only about that, but it's partly about that.
Well, you got to feed yourself, don't you?
Well, yeah, and pay for 2 tour buses and a truck and 1,000 roadies and hotel rooms and God knows whatever else. So, before the tour starts, I said, John, whenever we go out, there's always like 100 or 150 people with stuff for you to sign, and maybe you get to sign 3 records before they plow you into the place. What if we did something called Matinee Madness, and we let those people come in and watch the sound check? This is back 95, 96. We let them come in and watch the sound check, then you can meet them at the end and, blah, blah, blah. And so I get that inclusive thing, but what we used to do, the Real Me, the Who, the Real Me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know how it starts, right?
It starts with a bass part.
No, it starts with Roger singing, "Can you see the real?"
Oh, yeah, by himself. Yeah, it's a cappella.
Well, John was, he was always just sort of, there, kind of. He had to be John. And so Godfrey and I started inviting people up to sing The Real Me with the band during sound check.
Yeah, how did that work out?
Train wreck. And so funny because they're up there and it's like, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go. And they're like, and then it's like, you started.
Yeah.
And man, they're like, you say, and, when you're nervous, your throat does that weird thing. When you've never been on stage and you're on stage with John Entwistle in the afternoon in front of all your friends.
Yeah.
It's so
a harrowing experience.
Yeah, but you know what? I've been in touch over the years through fan mail or whatever with a lot of the people that did that. They said it's one of their, because we used to do it every day.
The highlight of their life.
Yeah. So, and a lot of them I have on tape because we recorded everything. But I think, we need a lot of things, brother, but I think now we need more love. So get ready for the big questionnaire because it's coming up.
Okay, you got it.
Back here in a few minutes.
We're so smart, but we're still dropping bombs. That ain't no way to get along. There's just one thing I'm sure of. We need love, more love. There's one thing the world needs more of. It's more love, more love, It's such a tragedy, an empty need we can't consume enough. I wish the world could see the answer is as simple as more love. There's just one thing I'm sure of. We need love, more love. There's only one thing there ain't enough of. That's love. That's love. More love.
Oh man, that was awesome, bro. That's killer.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Thanks.
thought my rim shot was
Thanks,
going.
Laurie.
That's great. I mean, that's like timeless. It's a great groove,
Yep.
you know.
And I love the
Thank you.
monarch. We have butterfly guard.
Yeah, we're big time into we don't
Oh.
fertilize or do,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, cool.
No
Cool.
pesticides, no fertilizer.
Yeah, so we're you know, and you're right, man. The world needs more love.
I mean, can you argue that, really?
No, you can't. I mean, it's crazy, and you know, I mean, I certainly don't want to take us here, but
Definitely
and-
good messages.
yeah, it's good messages. And I was trying to pick out the pictures that I could look at. It was a great, really creative, artsy video. Very cool.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me ask you real quick before I dive into my big questionnaire. And really, please, you know, I'll reach out and we'll connect and do the P's, but
Sure.
we'll promote whatever you're doing, man. You know, there's going to be somebody out there that we can send your way for a good night of music. So, you know, that's
Thank you. I appreciate it, Stephen.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we'll taken care of. When you you're going back out on the road in a kind of a familiar situation, going back and forth. How long is it until you miss being home?
You know, it used to be I could get at least a month under my belt before I'm like, you know what, it's time to go home. These days, I'd say a weekend.
Fly dates, yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
it could be worse. You know what I mean? And
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Of course it could. Just because I miss being home doesn't mean I traded it.
no, I hear you, and believe me, after this crazy year and whatever it is,
Yeah.
You know, but you know, be safe out there, whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
and we'll figure out a way to throw down live. But I'll get the P's coming your way. But I you know, maybe Kathy can find us an excuse to play together. That would be
That
fun.
would be wonderful. I would love that. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so you ready? Here they come.
Yeah, I am. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now you have traveled. Believe me, I know some of the places you've traveled. Favorite restaurant when you know you're going to Osaka, when you know you're going to whatever. Favorite restaurant, you know, heartwarming restaurant on the road.
Okay, well, first of all, you mentioned Japan. If you go to a great restaurant in Japan, try to find it again the next time you go. It's next to impossible. It's like, well, I think it's that place. I know, maybe it's that place. There are a couple of really amazing restaurants in Japan, but not my. If you ask what's my favorite restaurant on the road, There's and it's actually I'm horrible to say this, but it's a chain restaurant.
That doesn't matter. It's just got to be comfortable.
It's in London, and there are about 5 of them in London. It's called Marouche, and it's a Lebanese restaurant.
Oh.
There's one on Kensington High Street. There's one on Edgware Road. There's another couple in a couple of other places, but the one that I love going to the most is in Stanley Gardens, and it is just it's not a big place. It's small, and you don't necessarily order a whole bunch of like entrees. It's all about the appetizers. So they have these chicken wings with this garlic mayonnaise that's absolutely out of this world. They bring you a huge bowl of peppers and cucumbers and carrots and just raw tomatoes. And then you cut them up and you with a little piece of lettuce and stuff. So it's all hand food, and it's absolutely amazing. You have a dog there? Yep. Is that
Yeah,
your dog?
yeah.
He just came in.
But he just came in. You didn't hear. I'm surprised you didn't
Mine's
hear
over
him.
here.
Oh, yours is-
He's very.
He was just jumping. Pete, where are you? Come over here. Come here.
Oh, let's check out Pete.
Well, I shouldn't have told you what Pete's name was,
Oh.
but because
that
he
is
would
like
probably.
Pete.
Oh.
Cute.
Check him out.
Petey.
Say hi, Pete. Say hi. Who's that good boy? Who is that good boy?
Pete. Hi, Pete.
Oh, he's so cute.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Is that Steve and Lori? Is that Steve and Lori?
Oh, you
Hi,
want Remy
Pete.
to talk to him? Remy sings.
Remy.
Want to sing?
Want to sing to Pete? In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
That's great. Give that dog an after contract.
We don't know why he likes that
we
song.
have no idea why he likes that song.
That's
None.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So anyway, you asked my favorite restaurant. That's it, Marouche.
Marouche. I
in
will
London.
remember. I have a lot of friends in London, and I will head them
Stanley
over.
Gardens.
That's in
Stanley
Fairly,
Gardens.
yeah.
There's another one, but right by Harrods too, which is a good one.
Ah, okay. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, now the set list comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad this is on the set list. My favorite song to play live. Doesn't matter what band, what period, anytime. Favorite song to play live.
I thought about this question, and recently, every so often, Todd does these concerts with full orchestras, and there is a song that he does with an orchestra called "If I Have to Be Alone," and when I've played this song with him in an orchestra setting, it's just like, okay, if I died at the end of this song, I will have led the greatest life that I could ever imagine. It's a beautiful, beautiful 3.5 minutes worth of music, and that is my all-time favorite song to play. Is "If I Have to Be Alone." It has to be with an orchestra.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I could get that. That's, and I never asked you, in all these years, how did the TR connection happen? How did that, Todd was from
Real
Philly.
quick, I'll tell you. Do you know Tommy Morangelo?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, Tommy Morangelo comes to my parents' house in April of 1976 and says, "I'm taking Earl Slick to the airport. I have to drive him to JFK. You want to take the ride with me?" I said, "Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything." Get in his van. We go to Slick's house, which is 3 blocks from my parents' house. Walk in the door. Slick says to both of us, "Either one of you guys want to play bass for Todd Rundgren?" I looked at Tommy and I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Sure we do." And Tommy says, "No, I don't want to do that. You do it." So Slick says, when we get to the airport, give Michael Kamen a call. He'll recommend you to one of the guys in the band that's putting together the auditions. I knew Michael Kamen from Cherry Vanilla. I get to the airport, call Michael. Michael says, "You're a bass player? I thought you were a piano player." I said, "Well, I happen to play bass as well." He says, "Okay, I'll recommend you hands down." Roger Powell calls me the next day. I'm on a bus. I borrowed $20 from my uncle to take a Adirondack Trailways bus from Port Authority in Manhattan up to Woodstock. I played with the band for a day and a half. And the next day, my phone rang and Roger said, "Welcome to Utopia." That was in April of 1976.
And then
Wow.
your life changed. Right?
Yeah, and then
My life changed.
And Roger, what a good soul. I recorded an album with him. I guess it was at Todd's studio with the control room that was up the stairs.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's where I lived for the first month that I was in the band. I lived in that studio.
That's would be a nice place to hang. I mean, that's I spent there a week there one night. But
Yeah.
we had a great sound. And Chris, what was his name? Chris, the
Chris
engineer.
Anderson.
Yes, Chris Anderson. Yes. Oh man, I see. It's like this is the fun of this whole thing for me. It's a full circle moment.
Yeah.
All right, so now the set list comes out. I'm not so happy to see this one. Don't ever care if I play this song again.
Okay, I thought about this too. If I ever get to the point where I say, I hope I never play a song again as long as I live, I need to find something else to do. As much as I might not like a song, as much as it might not, blow my skirt up or be my favorite song to play, I have to remember that I am playing music. I have been blessed. I am one of the luckier people on the planet. And so to lose that gratitude is to really kind of snub your nose at the universe and say, "Man, I don't like that song."
That's what do you know Ivan Bodley?
I've heard the name.
He said the same thing.
He's a bass player.
And he's a bass player. He plays with Sam Moore and played with
cool.
Good guy. You're right. An attitude of gratitude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's funny because
he's in Humble Pie now.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and actually endorsed. Jerry Shirley endorsed. This version of Humble Pie is endorsed by Jerry Shirley. It's like,
there you go.
Yeah. So that's a heritage thing that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you two are the only ones that have said that out of like almost 200 people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, if you stopped me on the street and asked me that question, I probably could come up with a dozen songs that I would never want to play again. But if I think about it, then I'm able to say to myself, well, hold on a second, pal. Mm-hmm. You're a very lucky person. Be grateful instead of pointing a finger at what you don't like. Look at the bigger picture. And it's all about, it's much bigger than you.
Hey, amen, man. That's
secret.
that. Yeah. Do you know The Secret? Right? Have you seen that that film, The Secret?
No, I've read the book.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Yeah. So
They talk about the gratitude rock in the book.
I don't remember if they do or don't. I'm not sure.
Because I have mine.
Oh, okay. I need to get a gratitude rock. I have a gratitude.
I will send you one.
Okay.
I'll send you one. Yeah. I'll send you one. It's cool. I mean, it's just there's a part in the film where the guy says, I picked up a rock and put it in my pocket, and every time I felt it, I made me be grateful, want to feel grateful about things. It reminded him to be grateful about whatever it was in his daily life. And he dropped it one day, and a guy from overseas saw it and says, "What is it?" And he said, "It's a gratitude rock." And he said, okay, gratitude rock. Then, so as The Secret goes on, the foreigner's son gets sick, and he says, "Please send me some gratitude rocks." And the kid got better, and they wound up selling 1,000 gratitude rocks for $10 a piece.
There you go.
Okay. So attitude of gratitude. Okay, so hey, man, and certainly a valid answer. Absolutely, yeah. If you could, you'd play any song one more time, right?
I'd play any song one more time. There
you go. Oh, there's the answer. So, okay. So now, and I know you got the keyboard, so count two. If you could shred, absolutely kill at any instrument other than the ones you know how to play, what would it be?
Drums.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there's something about a really, really good drummer, a really good drummer, that there is so much going on when you see somebody playing drums in between your hands and your feet and your upper extremity and your legs. And I mean, it is a complete workout. It's a whole body experience. And there is nothing more fascinating to me than a really, really good drummer.
I have to send you a link. I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
Just so you know,
So a
just
really
for
good drummer.
yeah. So yeah, no, well,
Okay.
I was always about. I make a joke of it all the time. I like to believe that I get paid by the note.
Yeah.
And I was always about doing drum solos and trying to be this and that and the other things. One of the reasons I loved Todd and his stuff, because he was so, what you guys did was so creative and inventive and different. It was its own thing. So I prided myself on that. And when you get, I'll send you a link. It's to a YouTube video. But you have to at least watch it. It's a drum solo live. You have to at least watch it till you get to the drumming monkey part.
Okay. All right. You mean, is that the Japanese monkey that with the eyes that go?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
This is a monkey that plays
that
in the
actually
solo.
plays drums.
Yeah,
Okay.
with me in the solo. You'll
Okay.
And then, if you hang in that long, you'll probably make it to the end. But
Okay.
I'll send that to you. So, okay, all right. So, wow, drums. Did you ever play?
Yeah, I do. I play a little bit. I've played on demos and stuff, my own demos, but I can't play for more than about 40 seconds before I have to stop and catch my breath.
Yeah, it's I'm dreading that day.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's not here yet. Oh man! Oh well, shit. Okay, the big one, the big question is for me is if you could play any one show with anybody living or dead, any combination of guys, whatever fantasy show to play, who would it be?
There's a bunch of people. I would have loved to play with John Lennon. I would have given that finger to play with John Lennon because I really don't use that finger a whole bunch. But if I had to give an appendage, anyway. So it's either John Lennon. I'd love to work. I've met and know Rufus Wainwright fairly well, and he's someone I would love to work with. Recently, I've been listening to this AM station here in New York, 1190 on the dial, which is a gospel station.
Oh.
And every so often, I come upon a song that just completely blows my mind. That they have that much stuff going on in a piece of music. And there is a band. There's a family called the Walls family. And I encourage anyone to just go on YouTube, type in the Walls family, WALLS, and a song called Stand Still. And it's it's a Jesus-y kind of thing.
It doesn't matter,
nothing
man.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But this song and these four people who are singers, they are so amazing that I would drop anything. I say, Todd, I'm sorry, I can't go on the road with you. I got to get with the Walls family.
I'll definitely be dialing that up.
Yeah.
Man. That's wow, cool.
Yeah.
So what would you do with them? Would you play drums or?
Well, no, it's a whole band. They have a band. They have a band behind them, but they sing. They're singers, and it's the gospel-y. It's just really just over the top harmonies and chord
like
changes.
Like Winans, like yeah, sure.
There's another guy too. His name is Anthony Brown. He's another one. He's great. He's really good. And there's a brand new a new band that I just discovered out of Chicago called the Lava Brothers. A friend of mine turned me on to them. They are three brothers, and they are the grandsons of the guy who wrote the Batman theme. And they have a band, and they have a couple of records out. And the records are really, really good.
Wow, the Lava Brothers. I'd be
The
checking that
Lava
out
Brothers.
too.
Yeah, check that out.
Oh man, no doubt. This is
Yeah.
man. Wow, this is great, Chasm.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, when would we ever get a chance to catch up like this? You know,
Well, to squeeze all this in an hour is pretty good, Steve. I think
well, we're going to keep squeezing, brother. This was
Okay.
amazing. And thank you for sharing your time. I'll reach out to you,
Yeah.
through the private sector
Absolutely.
with the peas, and I'll
Pass
send you
the
the
peas.
stuff. And yeah, we're going to have some fun, man. We're
You
going to have
got
some
it.
fun.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Good to see you. God bless.
It's really wonderful to see you, Lori. Send my love and
Hi, Chasm.
bye-bye, and tell your dog that I said hi. And
His
Remy,
name is Remy.
Remy.
Chasm says hi.
what was the song?
You know what? If you
Tonight.
sing it, if you sing
Let me
it,
hear- what's it? Just tell me the song. I forgot what it is.
it's the Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Do, 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 the lion sleeps tonight.
In the
Jungle.
jungle,
That's so great. That's
Oh, yeah.
great.
Oh, you're a good boy. You want to sing Happy Birthday to Bob Mayo? Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Oh,
birthday
happy birthday
to
too. How do you like that?
Happy birthday, Bob Mayo.
Mayo. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Well, that's a good way to go out, isn't it?
Okay. Yes, it certainly is.
All right, bro.
Stop in on a Friday.
Yeah.
Okay,
pop
I
it on
will.
Friday,
Send me
and
the
I'll-
info and I will.
Believe me,
Steve,
you're gonna get stuff.
Okay. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for having me. I really
Thanks
appreciate
for being here, bro.
it. Okay.
Nice.
You got it.
Take care, man.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Remy, you wanted to be part of the show. Yeah.
Well, that's how that goes. That is how that goes. That was great.
Yeah, that was.
And you never know where that's leading. I got to reach out to him tomorrow. I'll just tell him we played the show and
Well, he's playing the Suffolk
promoted the show
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So
Yeah, the Suffolk Theater. You want to see? I mean, those guys are great
Yep.
players. Matt Beck, mind-blowing musician, keyboards, pedal steel, guitar, lefty, and Chasm. And it's so if you can make it to the Suffolk, go and see him. If you can't make it to the Suffolk, and you can make it Saturday the 6th
to the Suffolk.
to see the Roy Orbison Experience. We had a rehearsal today. It's just so weird working over the phone. But listen, guys, you know what? I got to get to PBS.
Well, Gail said it's
No,
so much fun rewatching these shows, and Sue said she loved hearing that again. And Remy, do you have to sing happy birthday to Kaylee? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kaylee. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kaylee.
Happy birthday, Kaylee. And if I don't see you tomorrow,
Free Fall Friday.
And if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody. PBS.
Oh, yes, PBS.